Today we're going to look at Japan's latest food trends for September 2021. So I'm going to start by telling you the new and current trends that are still going. Then we're going to move on to 2 Instagram accounts that I think are a great source of inspiration for recipes. And finally, I'm going to give you my predictions for what I think might trend in the upcoming seasons based on my knowledge of seasonal ingredients in Japan and past trends that I have seen. And this is all based on short form video, so that's YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. So first up, we have Japan's new and current food trends. The newest one that I've seen is this half cake, which is a half keiki in Japanese. And this actually came from a Korean trend of making these half cakes, but it's taken off quite a bit in Japan on TikTok and particularly on Reels as well. And it's just as easy, if not easier than it sounds, because basically people are just going to the convenience store and buying this kind of sandwich cake, or just getting a sponge cake and then cutting it in half and standing it on its edge, and then getting some whipped cream and just covering the whole thing in whipped cream. And voila, you have this kind of bear thing. I think it's a bear anyway. It's kind of cute, and I guess if you want to feel like you've made a cake without actually having to go through the whole process of making a cake from scratch, then this is perfect. And for some reason, our next one is also bear themed. I mean, actually in Japan, there is a lot of this kind of very cutesy food with a very aesthetic and adorable vibe. So on Instagram Reels in particular, there are so many. And so this one is a teddy bear bed, which seems to have originally come from this Ehami account, where she bought a biscuit, which I think you can buy from Muji. It's a little teddy bear shaped biscuit, and then she put it into a kind of pie crust and then just folded it over like a little blanket, and then you just put it in the microwave and you have this cute little teddy bear bed. Adorable. Overall, it's pretty easy if you can find some teddy bear biscuits. And the third one has been around for a while. This isn't so much like a new in trend. This is something that has been around for maybe a year or longer, of just using Lotus biscuits to make something. And I don't really understand the hype of these Lotus biscuits, but for some reason in Japan, they seem to be very popular. So in particular, one of the accounts that I'm about to talk about, tk.mnh, has made quite a good amount of engagement just from doing a Lotus biscuit recipe. She has 20,000 followers, but she made this Lotus biscuit kind of lollipop thing, and that got her 1.7 million views. But she only has 20,000 followers. That's impressive. And then she did another one a bit later, obviously to try and capture a bit of the same audience, which was a Lotus biscuit ice cream sandwich thing. And that got her 260,000 views, so obviously nowhere near as much as 1 million, but still amazing for a 20,000 follower account. So making a Lotus biscuit recipe is probably a good way to get some kind of engagement in the Japan food sphere. But that brings us on quite nicely to my account recommendations. The first one is tk.mnh. She is on Instagram Reels and on TikTok, and she posts the same content on both platforms. But everything is very aesthetically pleasing. It all has this very nice white background, and she only makes sweets. They're all very cute sweets. They're often, you know, in a very cute shape, in a sort of bear shape or a twizzly shape or what. I'm literally just looking at her feed right now. And they're usually quite easy as well. She also seems to follow a lot of the latest trends. And if it is a sweet trend, then it will appear on her feed. So if you want to keep track of the latest food trends in Japan, she's definitely one to watch. And my other recommendation is Nidones. On her normal grid on Instagram, then she has quite a lot of lifestyle things, but on her Reels, it's only her recipes. And her recipes are always these really unique, original recipes. I really wish that she would make more. She has these great ideas, like this pancake hot dog thing, where she just makes little pancakes and then puts a little like wiener sausage on it, and it's adorable, and I want to try it myself, and I think that that should just be a trend in itself, but it's not. But it is pretty popular. It's 907,000 views on that one. And she has an Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel, and she has a similar kind of aesthetic look to her stuff, but she knows how to arrange all of the things around her food to make it look very, very aesthetically pleasing and very Instagrammable. And lastly, these are my predictions for Japan's upcoming food trends. So actually in the background here, there is a little design of all of the autumn fruits and vegetables that you can get in Japan. And the first one that I do think of is this one, which is the Japanese pumpkin, which is called a kabocha. Now, I didn't see that many kabocha recipes last year, or not a specific trend of a kabocha recipe, so I don't think that we're going to see one specific thing, but I think that more people will be making kabocha dishes. So you might make a kabocha cake or maybe a kabocha potato salad. They use the kabocha instead of the potatoes. I see that a lot in the supermarkets, but I don't think it'll be an exact trend as such, but just an ingredient that people will probably be using a lot. Then next up is kuri, which is chestnut. That is definitely something that you see a lot in Japan in autumn. You can get these little trucks that have hot kuri just like roasted right there. You can also just buy sort of sweetened kuri in the supermarkets. But the thing that I saw so much last year on Instagram in particular was just people filming the making of Mont Blanc. This is Mont Blanc, which is a type of dessert which I'd never heard of until I came to Japan. And the way that it's often made in cafes in Japan is to have this kind of crazy contraption where all of the kuri cream goes onto your dessert. And so loads of people took videos just of that and then posted it onto Instagram. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see that again this year. And my last prediction is some kind of latte, because usually these things come from South Korea first and then they make their way to Japan, like the Dalgona coffee, or there was a dirty coffee as well. There is bound to be yet another one in this kind of slightly cooler weather where you just want a nice warming drink. Some kind of warming drink is probably going to grace our screens for the autumn season. If you have seen any of these videos or trends in your feeds anywhere, then please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know how far these spread. Like, do these Japanese trends actually make it to other countries? But that's it for today, so I'll see you next time.